This Yin character sounds like he's quite dangerous. You can't be serious. He's really somewhere in the city? Wow. Well, that sure is a fun story. A shadowy, immortal assassin whose legend is whispered in the dark corners of the Eastern Quarter. I love it. The character practically begs to be on the stage. I'll have to add him to our next production. Heck, we could even work the general outfit into our third act right now. We just gotta get some white robes and the costume is set. Oh, Elie. This is an assassin we're talking about? Why can't you take this more seriously? We suspect that Yin is being employed by a group known as Heiyu. But we still don't quite understand why Yin sent Elie the threat letter in the first place. One thing is certain, though, the chance that this is nothing more than a prank has decreased significantly. Is there any chance you could postpone or out of the question? We wouldn't walk off the stage even if a bomb was about to go off. Isn't that right, Haven? Well, I suppose so. Though we aren't all quite as passionate as Elie. The truth is that all members of Archon CL belong to this stage, heart and soul. You wouldn't find one member of the troupe who would abandon their beloved stage under any circumstances. I may be new to all this, but I feel the same way. Yeesh. I'm sure people tell you to break a leg out there, but at this rate, your legs will be the least of your worries. If you intend to proceed with the show, does that mean you are also okay with the First Division taking over security? Well, I mean, it's pretty annoying, but the show must go on, no matter the cost. So, what kind of people are these First Division guys? You're gonna hate them. I certainly do. Well, they're definitely very talented and more qualified for their job. Objectively speaking, they're excellent at what they do. Subjectively, though, they're total jerks. The members of the First Division are an elite group that live up to their name. They should be able to protect you and your show with the utmost discretion until curtain call. I was really hoping to avoid having a bunch of police in here. Then again, we will have a full house. Better safe than sorry. I agree, I think that's for the best. Anyway, we are talking about you here, Elie. Once the show starts, you won't even notice them. How rude! I'll have you know that I am always paying close attention to my audience. The show only reaches its full potential when the audience and play are completely in sync. Isn't that one of your famous sayings? For anyone else's case, yes. In yours, however, I'd say it's more along the lines of you forcibly dragging everyone into your own performance. He is not mincing his words at all, is he? They have clearly known each other for a very long time, Lloyd. Indeed, she is surely the very picture of a theater geek. Excuse me, Lloyd. Does this mean you won't be part of the investigation anymore? I'm really sorry, Rixia. We don't have much wiggle room here. The First Division is going to completely take over the case. With them on it, you won't have anything to worry about, at least. I see. That's a shame. The only reason I agreed to all this in the first place was because you were leading the show, Lloyd. Still, I appreciate you looking into things for us. I'll send some tickets your way as thanks, so be sure to come and see the play next time you're free. Oh yes, I'm sure we can arrange something, though I'm afraid you may have to wait until after the anniversary festival. If you're okay with tickets for next month, I can have them sent to you as gifts. Seriously? Heck yeah! And here I was thinking I'd have to wait 2 months to see it. It is quite generous, thank you very much. Elie? I'm so sorry, everyone. I've caused you nothing but trouble. Don't worry about it, Rixia. All the running around we did today is a pretty typical workday for us. It is all simply part of the job. Yep, no worries. Forget about us and just focus on your guys' preview performance. If you say so, then I will. Thank you, everyone. Preview performance? The heck, you don't know about it already? Arc-en-Ciel puts on a sneak peek of their new show before it's available to the public. That's correct. This will be my first time performing in one. People all over the continent from both the industry and the media will be attending. I'm sure many influential people have been invited too in order to boost awareness of our new show. Wow, that's pretty crazy. By any chance, was Mayor McDowell invited as well? Oh yes, he's our guest of honor. I'm told he plans to support the show in conjunction with the anniversary festival. He's quite kind. Despite his busy schedule, he made time to stop by and encourage us. How very much like him. Can we go as his entourage? Good luck with the preview, Rixia. It may be your first time, but I'm sure you'll perform wonderfully. You think so? Absolutely. Considering all the practice you've put in, I doubt you have anything to worry about. Heck yeah, this play's gonna bring down the house. I'm quite looking forward to it. I really appreciate the kind words, everyone. I'll get back to my practice then. Thank you for all of your help. Ready to head back, guys? Might as well. I feel exhausted, both mentally and physically. Me too. This has been 2 solid hours of subtitles. Today sure wore us out. Let's avoid any unnecessary detours and head back to the SSS. Heading through the back alley should be the quickest way. Is something going to happen in the back alley? Is that why the game's like, you must go this way? Well, nothing happened in the back alley. Oh. Wait, isn't that Ernest? Oh, thank goodness. I was just starting to wonder if I came to the wrong place. Ernest? Did you come to see me? Yes, I did. I had business to attend to at the office, so I decided to stop by. Elie? What's wrong? You don't look too great. Well, if I remember correctly, you guys were visiting Arc-en-Ciel earlier today, right? Did you run into some sort of problem with your police work? Well, sort of. It's nothing major, but someone in the troop requested our help, and we went to report what we found, that's all. You know, I wasn't sure if I should stop by here today or not, but I'm sure now that it was the right decision. What do you mean? Allow me to be honest with you. Elie, I want you to quit the Force and return to us. Quit the Force? What? Whoa there, buddy. That came out of left field. I get the impression this does not stem from feelings of love, at least. I know it was your idea to join the CPD, Elie. But seeing you now, you look so worn down, so lost. Are you sure this is really the right path for you? What are you saying, Ernest? Stop trying to clip her wings before she's learned to fly. What a jerk. This is only like our second big case. Third, maybe. I don't know. But, like, yo, we have to work our way up. You don't just start at the top, dude. Listen to me. I know you understand the current political climate and the despair that comes with it better than anyone. And that's likely where your initial urge to join the police originated from. But just try to think about the torment and pain the mayor is going through, how he feels in the current situation. She can't live her life for her grandpa. She's her own person, dude. With the anniversary festival coming up next month, Mayor McDowell is up to his neck in work. And after that, it's right back to arguing with the Imperial and Republican factions over the budget. And in 6 months, he'll be up for re-election. As I'm sure you know, Mayor McDowell has planned to retire, but without someone to carry on his policies, he feels like he can't. I'm sure that if you were by his side, he'd feel much more confident about being able to keep going with his work. So you want her to be his, like, maid, assistant, constant attendant, just to stand there and, like, look pretty and make him tea? I'm sorry. Perhaps I'm overstepping. However, I can't ignore the issue any longer. If someone who respects Mayor McDowell and has been with your family for years, I cannot stand idle any longer. Ernest. Of course, the path you ultimately choose to follow is entirely up to you. I just want you to stop and think hard about whether the path you're on now is the right one. I'm going to need some time. At first I thought he was really handsome, and I was like, look, family friend, but now I'm like, patronizing jerk. Excuse me, everyone. I'm tired, so I'm going to go rest in my room for now. Sure. You're supposed to be supportive when people are going through things like this. My apologies for suddenly showing up out of the blue like this. It's, okay. Seems to be a pretty complicated family matter. Just try not to bother Mademoiselle Elie for a while. You got it? Seconded. Personally, it feels like you are attempting to take Elie away from us. I'm sorry, that wasn't my intention. I mean, it was, though. You literally told her to quit. However, you're aware she originally wanted to become a politician before joining the police, aren't you? No, that's actually news to me, and I really can't picture Elie as a politician. Really? You're pulling my leg. That would explain her seemingly boundless knowledge of politics and economics. As the granddaughter of the current mayor, she grew up surrounded by politics. It was only natural for her to want to pursue a career in it. To that end, she studied abroad in a number of different nations to hone her skills for international relations and learn foreign policies. However, when she returned home last year, she was dead set on joining the CPD. So that's what happened. I was unaware. I did always wonder why a fancy lady like herself was working for the CPD. Would you keep an eye on her until she makes her decision? You make it sound like a foregone conclusion that she's going to quit. I'm here to tell you she's on the cover of the game and she's not quitting. Although it'd be kind of funny if she did. And she was just on the cover for nothing. I can't bear to see her flounder about like this, unsure of the path in life she should take. Goodness, it's already gotten so late. I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time. I'll get out of your hair now. Okay. There certainly has been a great deal to sigh about today. Sure has. We got put through so much crap. Definitely one of those days that just kicks you in the nuts over and over. Randy. I know what you mean. Anyway, let's report back to the chief and call it a day. Oh, look, it's my doggo. He's keeping Sergei company. What a good boy. So that's where things stand. Well, you gonna tuck your tail between your legs and give up here? You're saying we have a choice? Yeah, because that guy isn't our boss. Sergei is. The First Division took over the case. There's no way we can oppose them, given our team's position on the force. Yeah, guess not. The Fox would track you down and give you his longest complaining session yet. Probably. Could we not simply offer assistance to the First Division? Don't know how well that'd play out, considering the crap we got from that glasses-wearing dick. Yeah, that's also a long shot. The CPD's real fussy when it comes to jurisdiction, makes cooperation between departments a real pain in the butt. That goes double for the First Division. No way a group of elites like them would accept help from a group of rookies like the SSS. I mean, they accepted our information easily enough. Demanded it, even. But if you're talking about working incognito, that's another topic altogether. So you're telling us to do what we want as long as we don't get caught. I'm down, sir. This is the Special Support Section, the most unconventional department on the force. Sure, HQ tends to ignore us, but that gives you guys a certain level of discretion you can use to your advantage. Basically, as long as you stay quiet about it, you can poke your noses into other departments' jurisdictions without sending them into a tizzy. You do realize you just said we can ignore our superiors' orders, right? What a bad influence. It's like I told you before. I might not be able to help you in the field, but I'll cover for you when I can. In the end, you guys will need to be the ones who take action, though. That being said, your current situation might make this plan impossible to pull off. One of you is struggling to figure out what to do. And this is something you can only overcome by operating as a team. You're right, but yeah, it's hard to get fired up without Mademoiselle Elie with us. The way she was acting, it was like her head was somewhere else entirely. She's been like that all day, from what I could tell. Is Elie going to be alright? Well, if we tell her that we're still going to continue, which she was all fired up about earlier, because she really wanted us to continue this case, then maybe she'll get her head out of the clouds. We won't know until we try. Or we can send the doggo to her, because who doesn't like the fluff? The floof. These are really long chapters, by the way. Elie. Over these past 2 months, I thought we'd become pretty close, but it seems like I never really understood the important things she was dealing with. I had no idea she was Mary McDowell's granddaughter and an aspiring politician on top of that. If I recall correctly, you didn't attend the police academy, right, Elie? So how did you end up with the CPD? Well, to put it simply, this is my way of getting some real-world experience. While I didn't attend the academy, I did take a written exam and marksmanship test when I applied. They couldn't really reject me since I received perfect marks on both tests. You know, the more I learn, the more I feel we're worlds apart. And that still holds true today. Do you think so? It's pretty rare for rookies to have already earned their detective license, though. You must have your own reasons for joining the CPD, right, Lloyd? Well, that's... Perhaps it's best we continue this talk after we've officially become co-workers. I gave her a vase. She must remain my co-worker. All right. I'll go see if Ellie's up for a chat. If she's worried about something, maybe I can help somehow. And maybe we can continue that conversation we started. Downstairs. Should be the first... Nope, upstairs. I lied. Here goes nothing. Elie, do you have a minute? No reply. She's asleep. No, I don't sense anyone inside. Elie, sorry, I'm coming in. There's nothing. Just as I thought, she's not here. Where could she have gone? Try looking around the building. I think she is on the roof with the cat.